What are you wearing? Just my pajamas. Ever had a terrible breakup? None of my breakups were really terrible because I wasn't in love with them, but I might have cried because things were changing. How tall are you? I'm not. I'm about 5'2". I'm 158 centimeters. How much do you weigh? 15 inches short. Any tattoos? Not yet, but I already know what I want. I just need to find the artist who can make what I want it to become. Any piercings? Well, obviously this one and this one. And I used to have a nose ring in here, but it was one of the most painful things I ever had. OTP? I don't really do OTPs. I usually just agree with or judge existing couples. But if I have to, I would say my OTP is me and my boyfriend. Because we're kind of cute together. I mean, look at these. Favorite show? Dexter, before season 5 came out. And A Town Called Eureka, which is one of the funniest and brilliant series ever made. One of the few series that didn't have bad seasons. And I do think it could have run for another 2 or 3 years. But they killed it off because, you know, the Sci-Fi Channel. Favorite band? I actually have 3. 3 I can't choose from. Which would be Nightwish, Sonata Arctica and Daya Doolanum with her solo projects. Something you miss? I miss my doggies so much. They were put down on the 31st of January 2013 and 2016 has almost finished and I still miss them every day so much. Favorite song? This one is actually very difficult because sometimes I love a song immediately and a couple weeks later I'm like, eh. And sometimes I hate a song so deeply, so purely that I just skip it on an album for weeks, months, and then somehow I'm unable to skip the song the next time. And I listen to it again and I'm like, that wasn't actually a really bad song. And it won't take much longer before I actually fall in love with the song, and those songs usually stick for a while. But right now there would probably be something from Northern Kings. How old are you? I'm 22. What's your zodiac sign? I'm Leo. Rawr. Quality you look for in a partner? The superficial answer would be that I like a teddy body. And I guess the politically correct answer would be honesty. Honesty is the most important thing to me because if you do whatever you do because it feels right, because it's you, because you want to, everything is fine with me. But be honest about it. If it's something somebody doesn't like, or if you think people will laugh at you, don't deny yourself that. If it makes you happy, if it makes you feel like life is worth it, be honest about it and I'll love it with you. However, don't cheat on me or you're out of here. Favorite quote? I don't do quotes. Sorry. Favorite actor? I guess that would either be Benedict Cumberbatch or David Tennant. Benedict has been doing a lot of interesting stuff lately. Actually, I say lately now, but in my head it's been a couple months ago, but I think it's been 2 years ago now. And David made me fall in love with Doctor Who, which, side note, is something that's not there anymore. But even after Doctor Who, he did a lot of interesting things and a lot of good things. I think the latest best thing I've seen from him is him as Kilgrave in Jessica Jones, which was sublime. Favorite color? If you're a person who thinks black isn't a color, it'll be blue. Loud music or soft? Are we talking about volume or style? Well, I like me some symphonic metal, so that would mean loud. But I don't like going deaf. Yet I need to be able to hear the music while I'm singing, so go for medium. Where do you go when you're sad? Either my bed or my boyfriend's arms. How long does it take you to shower? Way too long. Like 45 minutes. If you're curious why it takes so long, just ask me in the comments. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Depends on where I'm going, really. If I'm going to school, it takes about 30 minutes, and if I get picked up and don't have to take anything with me, I can be done within 15 minutes. Ever been in a physical fight? Sadly, yes. I got bullied quite badly, and being attacked was just part of my life back then. Turn on, my boyfriend. Turn off, people picking their nose and then eating it. It's so disgusting. Also, I don't like abs. The reason you joined YouTube, to have this problem happen to me as well. No, but seriously, it's because I want to be an editor and I want to be having fun. And sometimes I just want to talk about things that make me feel things. Last thing that made you cry? I saw a picture of the outdoor pool where my dogs used to go swim for World Animal Day, and it just reminded me of all the fun we used to have when going there. As I said before, I still miss them terribly. Last time you said you loved someone, somewhere this morning before my boyfriend left for work. Meaning behind your YouTube name, someone who used to be a friend of mine came up with a nickname G-Louth, which had G-O-T-H for goth in it and L-O-U for Lou, which is the last part of my name, and she mixed it together and out came G-Louth. However, when trying to make this YouTube account, someone had already taken that name because they were MsG from Louth or something. So I thought, well, I want this nickname and I don't want to use numbers. So I came up with MsG-Louth, since I'm never going to get married anyway. I might as well make it part of my username. Last book you read, last one I finished, school books. If you mean real books, I think that would be Darkly Dreaming Dexter, which is something I finished about 5 years ago now. Oops. I just really don't like reading, I'm sorry. The book you're currently reading. Look who's back. I usually only read when I can't sleep, which doesn't happen too often. So I'm not very far in the book yet. He's just about to have his first onstage performance. It's only taken me like a year to get there. Last show you watched? Last show I finished is Modern Family season 6, and the show I'm currently watching is season 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race. I just love that series. And I'm also watching Star Trek. Last person you talked to? My boyfriend. Relationship between you and the last person you texted? That would be a friend with whom I regularly play board games, and I texted him because it was his birthday. Favorite food? It's so difficult, I can't decide. I really love broccoli and spinach and burritos and a certain kind of frozen steak, which they discontinued. Place you want to visit? I want to go to Finnish Lapland. That's one of my dreams, one of my goals to have done before I die, which will be in about 8 years. I want to see the Northern Lights, and I want to be pulled by huskies, and I just want to pet the huskies, and I want to be somewhere where there's just a tiny amount of sunlight, because I really hate the sun. Last place you were? We were with friends yesterday, friends with whom we usually play Dungeons and Dragons, but the dungeon master for the new campaign we were about to start wasn't home. Well, not in time, so we just played some board games. It was a lot of fun. Do you have a crush? I know I shouldn't, but I've had it long before I met my boyfriend. And that crush isn't Thomas Holloway. Don't think that's ever gonna leave. Sorry, boyfriend. Last time you kissed someone? Actually, it's been a while, because my boyfriend hasn't been feeling so well and I really don't want to get ill myself. Last time you were insulted? What? I always feel insulted. Favorite flavor of sweet? You mean sweets? I like the soft gummy ones. I love the Haribo Star Mix, which contains everything I love. What instruments do you play? I used to be able to play the bass, but then I had a little accident with this finger, which is like a really important finger to hold the strings, and I have really tiny hands, so I couldn't afford to miss that finger. This is 2 frets, just doesn't work. I learned a couple of chords on keyboard when I was in school, but I can't play with 2 hands at the same time, so I'm not really of much use. And I tried to learn the ukulele in the hopes of being able to not have to use this finger again, and try to make the chords with these 3, maybe my thumb as well. But the chords are too complicated to make it work without this finger. And I sing, well, Singing. Favorite piece of jewellery? My industrial? I don't really do jewellery. Last sport you played? Well, actually we just started ballroom dancing, and even though we only just started, so we're still beginners and we only just learned the foxtrot and the disco foxtrot, we get sweaty, so it's a sport. Last song you sang? Beep beep she said beep beep she fuck you Eddie. Favorite chat-up line? Do you want to go home? Have you ever used it? Plenty of times, just not like I did just now. Last time you hung out with someone? If I'm not counting the bigger meetings but just hanging out with one person, that would have to be with a friend of mine called Simone. We played some games, but that's been a couple of weeks ago now. Well, this was my TMI tag. I wasn't tagged by anyone, and I'm not going to tag anyone. I just thought that this would be a fun video to get to know a bit more about me, and I really do hope that I can answer these questions in a year or two again, and I'll have some different answers. And I wish that my accent won't be as bad as it is right now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you later, if I ever manage to make a new video. Oops.